You could see in the book, first off, Nixon's love of China, his recognition in '72 that trip that we all remember when he went there and met with Mao Zedong and Zhou Enlai and the Panda Bear Exchange and the walk on the wall and all of that. We're seeing what behind the scenes happened in the tapes. We're seeing how Nixon thought that this was going to be a pivot moment, but it's mainly a way, our China policy, to punish the Soviet Union. Now, this has pretty much been known by scholars, but the amount of new detail in listening to how Nixon is being so diabolically pragmatic about everything jumps out of our book quite a bit. There is a lot of cursing. You're here. The media loves to pick up bad Nixon moments, and I promise you it rains them in our book. We were actually very conservative in the sense that we're not trying to do a compendium of ugly things Richard Nixon said. We try to do a sprinkling of them in the right way so you get a tone and tenor of them. In many ways, he was an all-purpose insulter of all peoples of the world except the Chinese. Go figure. But, you know, and it's very important when you listen to tapes to know people didn't know they were being taped. Henry Kissinger has no idea that guys like Luke and I are going to be hammering together a book like this. And in fact, there's a lot of paranoia of people that were in the Nixon White House that what's said about me on the tapes and what does Nixon say when I leave the room? And I will tell you, to be fair to all those players of the Nixon years, being a president's president, and anybody else has to be an underling. And Nixon wasn't looking for lip. He wasn't looking for people to say he wasn't right. He wasn't looking to be challenged. Only Haldeman really challenges him. So Kissinger, for example, does not come off well in this book, only because it's, yes, boss, yes, sir, whatever you think, sir, you got it. And it's constantly trying to, tell the president in a very sycophantic way everything that he's doing is right. The other big part of the book's the Vietnam War. You can't get around it when you study this period. We're looking at Nixon's using, let's bomb them, bejesus. Let's bomb the bejesus out of them to show China we're not weak. A lot of Nixon continuing the war in Vietnam and into Cambodia and all is to show the Chinese that we just don't fold the tent and go home when the heat's on. That it was using the bombing as a wedge, and he would even say, even if we lose the Vietnam War, the Chinese will think I'm mad. He wanted people in Southeast Asia to think he was mad. Let them think I'll do anything. Let them think I'm crazy. And this all comes across on the tapes.